They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Time running out here on the play clock. Play action. It's Newton. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
A gain of 6 there on first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Lamar Houston in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
This will be caught at about the 3. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 3rd and 2, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Their big-bodied receiver. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter. 2
receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down, because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Panthers defense gearing up as they take the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles. Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. Who said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone. And their defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. Only a couple there, as he'll be brought down about the 28. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. All kinds of time. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense. Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. On 2nd down, here's Cutler. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance. And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it, because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask. Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot. So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Cutler. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 32 that time. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down following the incompletion. And he motions the wide receiver. Back to the air, Newton on second down. He's going to rifle one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Cutler. And he's got Bennett. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching him more? Did you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
On 1st and 10, it's Cutler. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now it's Cutler, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Now a clash of bodies here that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the interception, here's Cutler. It's grabbed over the middle by White. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Deep drop. Still back there. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Absolutely zero surprise at that throw we just saw. I mean, Jay Cutler has a whip for an arm.
He's had it since he won a state title at Heritage Hills High School in southern Indiana.
Where in southern Indiana, though?
Well, he's born in Santa Claus. How about that?
That's pretty strong right there.
Nearby to my hometown of Evansville. Bet you've never been there, have you?
I have not been there, but I'm looking forward to being invited for a holiday cheer.
You're invited. Put that on your bucket list.
Thank you.
They go play action here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Again, it's Cutler. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, Cutler. And he's got Decker, left side. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Here's Cutler. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here right where he would have been if he had taken a knee at the 25. Getting set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. But they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the air, Newton on second down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
It goes as a pickup of 23, and the Panthers are going to get a first down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, Parker. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Again, Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete. Newton throwing again. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. We get a look at the Carolina defense as they work their way into position. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be first down Bears. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing here, Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. And complete on the right side to Bennett. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now Cutler to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's third down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So third down, just 1 yard to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
About defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. but an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, here's Cutler. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd and 1, it's Cutler. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him a 1st down yardage there. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the shotgun, Cutler. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On second down, Cutler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find... And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach and said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
They go play action here on 1st down. To Decker over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. A good pickup there, a 22.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well. But they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. From the red zone now, here's Cutler on 1st down. And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Work out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
Now Cutler looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, it can be a thankless job sometimes, but they'll be thanking their kicker here. That's now 4 field goals for him. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has, but this offense is going to need to find its rhythm because it's going to take more than field goals to win this football game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Newton. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Cutler, and he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
A big kick there. We'll call this 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Play action. It's Newton. Dancing to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4 wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options. And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
Play clock winding down. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellows got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Now it's Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Here's Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
The play clock's running down. Newton to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Again, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. And the back goes into motion. Here we go on fourth. Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Now a play fake here on first down. Can't find anyone open. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And the wideout in motion. Newton throwing again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And that is incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
You're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
And he motions the wide receiver. They snap it to Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that makes it a 9-point game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Cutler on 3rd and long. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll take this inside the 40. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On first down, it's Newton. His throw caught right around the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw, Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Cutler surveying the field. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. On 3rd down, Cutler. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone, costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. Time running out here on the play clock. They go play action here on first down. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Second and 10, Newton again. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on third down, Newton looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Moncrief, the man in motion right. Here we go on fourth. Newton nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teachers feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try to finish it ourselves.
Cutler will throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Second and 10 now. It's Cutler. Right side, there's Decker. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Good job, D. Good job. That's where you fly to the ball.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Carolina getting set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They get 31 yards that time. And it'll be first down, Panthers. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They go play action now. Cutler. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Cutler on 3rd and long. Finding time. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here we go. It's Cutler on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Willie Young in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off. After this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Throwing here, Newton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Newton to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Newton. Out to his left. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Newton's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create something.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Akeem Hicks with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's Cutler. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Throwing now is Cutler. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Cutler on 4th down. He's got time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. 27 yards on the game there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And they're going to speed things up here. So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Cutler to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One last shot for Cutler. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone.